I 20 female can't make friends, they eventually try to get with me. I don't know how else to put it, forgive how narcissistic this sounds. Whenever I'm friends with someone, I eventually discover their ulterior motives. The only exception is when I befriend my partner's friends, but I want my own. I'm really lonely and just want platonic friendship more than anything. Haven't been able to find this at school, work, I don't know where else to look. Had some luck online for a while, but everyone eventually stops talking to me. Used to have a best friend for a year and a half. Once she moved away, she admitted she had feelings for me the entire time. I felt betrayed because I had confided in her this issue and we drifted apart because of the distance. Last year I befriended a girl with a boyfriend thinking she was safe. Both of them tried to convince me to break up with my ex to get with her. I've stopped talking to her for obvious reasons. These are only 2 examples out of tons. This happens to me regardless of my relationship status. I've been in therapy and nobody seems to have answers. Even tried to go into friendships straight up confessing my issue and asking for them to respect my want for a platonic relationship. Looking to the harsh words of Reddit for advice, but understand this took a lot for me to write this. What the hell do I do? How can I even make friends? Too long did not read. Seemingly platonic friendships always want more. How can I get a strictly platonic friendship? How do I even meet people nowadays? I feel you. As a woman, I've had kind of the opposite problem. Every female I've been friends with eventually tries to get with the man I'm with. Consequently, I had only male friends for a long time, and that came with its own complications. At this point in life I have exactly one female friend, and she's a cousin of mine, but her taste in men is the complete opposite of mine and I actually trust her. But honestly, I have no idea how to make new girlfriends at this point in my life, and have honestly given up even trying anymore. If you figure it out, post an update, because I'd love to know the answer lol. Meeting people is easy. Just offer food. Making friends is hard. I'm pretty much just a walking wallet to everyone I know, haha cheeky smiley face. If you ever find the secret to making legit friends, please DM me. This is clearly a problem with your pheromone production. It's simple biology. Your friends are being mesmerized by microscopic particles floating directly from your glands into their holes. A spritz of coyote urine behind the ears twice a day should do the trick. Actually, this is the same thing that happens whenever I try to make a guy friend. I've only had 2 guy friends so far who've stayed and not tried to get with me. It kinda hurts when you realize people only want to be around you when they need something from you. Being friends with you just isn't worth it to them. Well fuck, my girlfriend needs friends that aren't trying to do things with her. I would also love to know where she can meet these people. I am fully open to being just friends with just about anyone. I already have that special person in my life and only need one. So if you all need a buddy to just talk, hang out with, let me know. This is why I like gay guys. I can't maintain friendships either. But it has more to do with my autism, I guess. I am a total dumbass when it comes to social settings etc. Plus, I am a pessimist and has a nihilistic worldview. So I am usually being negative while talking. So, as a result of that, I have totally given up on making friendships. I am a 23 years old guy, by the way. What, even the girls? TBH, you sound very unlucky in friendship. I wouldn't say it was your fault. As everyone here saying it's hard to make friends and keep them. It requires some effort and COVID doesn't make it easier. No more of join activities and get a new hobby with social distance, it makes it really difficult. The only option is probably online. Hit people up with similar interest or study in the same field. Sure, you get a lot of rejection but you never know. Sorry, I wish I could be a lot more helpful to you. You might not need this, as I'm sure your inbox will be full of people wanting to your friend along with other stuff guys will be sending. We are animals. Deep down inside we are animals. I have this problem too. Usually with dudes, but has happened with girls too. Had a super similar story to yours with the confide I have trust issues due to this, and then they make a move anyway and rip friendship stuff with a female BFF. I haven't quite cracked it yet. One thing I noticed is that I'm not super socially confident, so when I try to make friends I often go for people that don't intimidate me. AKA other introverts nerds. I guess they don't have too much else going on in the romance department and so they end up going for me by default, I guess. I dunno, man. Let me know if you figure it out. Well, maybe try to see it from their perspective. You're trying to be friends with guys who seem quite lonely given they always developed feelings for you. Most guys aren't like that, TBH. These guys probs don't get a lot of, if any, attention. So I imagine it would hard for you to understand why given how much attention you appear to get in contrast. Plus these guys may be trying to be friends with you for the chance to be with you. Pick your friends better, I'd say. In my opinion the key is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. For me that was musicians. If you have a creative passion, go to a class, find online communities and start talking to people who share the same interest. A shared love of something else usually overrides anything romantic if you both like it enough. Smile. I met my only 4 true friends this way. I don't know how to solve your problem easily, but I'll be your friend if you need one. My favorite color is green. It will get better as you meet more people. Just do not put too much expectations on a person when you first meet them and go with the flow, I guess. I just want to ask, when you interact with these new people, how extroverted are you? I have noticed with my wife many people mistake her extremely extroverted character as flirting. She is very open for conversation and will speak with anyone. This usually ends with someone asking for her number and she rejects them and gets a bit annoyed as she was having a friendly conversation with zero flirtation. I see your problem. I have given up with being friends with guys for this reason. If they are interested in being friends, they're always also interested in more. Maybe that's your problem as well? I guess the solution would be to find friends that are 100% straight. How do you tell? I don't know, but I have a suggestion for trying to find them. If you live in a city where they have a hi girl group or something equivalent, there are different types of groups, apps, etc. But I'd avoid them seeing a big pic of you first. I'd join that and try to find a small friend group there with similar interests. Then you know the friendship started because of hobbies and not them being attracted to you. I think that could be your best shot at finding a good, platonic friend. My whole life I struggled making friends too. Part of it 'cause I'm introverted and reserved. But I found my small tribe in college luckily enough. Honestly, IDK why people are like that. I'm sorry. I wish that I could help. I get similar issues where I'm just not interested in any craziness. It's hard, but honestly you just gotta keep looking. You can always DM me if you just want someone chill to talk to once in a while. I've found my lovely fiancé and am at peace with my life. I wouldn't mind having more friends. Slightly smiling face. What are your hobbies? I find a good way of making friends is talking to people with the same hobbies I have, and ideally if they are older and have a partner already. Now, these are not close friends as I already have some of those, but I could definitely see these friendships becoming tighter if I wanted that. Alternatively, making friends online was good for me when I moved and had a hard time making local friends at first. Maybe try that. I know it's not as useful as local friends since you can't do the same activities, but we still watch movies together and stuff. Get hobbies. Find people that have a mutual interests. Maybe yoga, maybe the gym, maybe hiking. Find groups via things like Facebook and start spending time with people. I think as this wears on, you'll get a pretty good radar for platonic versus romantic and be able to focus your attention in the relationships that interest you the most. I think you should just keep trying to make friends, and I would suggest only female friends. There are straight women out there and eventually you will find them even if you are unlucky enough to keep finding people that are not upfront about their sexuality. The only reason that I suggest female friends over male friends is because of the Nice Guys subreddit and all of my own awful experiences with guy friends. It's definitely a lot harder to find a male friends that just wants to be friends than a female one. Don't worry, it's not that you turn straight women gay, it's just that you've been unlucky so far. You can find a girlfriend that won't be into you. I believe in you and I'm sorry you've been so unlucky so far. I've had a few friends crushing on me and I found that usually the best way to start a friendship is by being a wingman to the new friend. If you're trying to hook them up with someone else, it's pretty obvious you have no interest, so the potential for more is nipped in the bud quickly. Same issue here. Even if I connect with people, it's out of convenience and don't last. So nothing really to offer in terms of advice, only, I can feel your pain. I just hope that eventually I'll meet some new people and will organically become friends with them. I think subconsciously you pick up an attraction vibe from them, and that makes you comfortable becoming friends with them at first. I base this on myself at your age. At 20, I was mostly friends with men because I understood why they wanted to hang out with me, while hanging out with women made me nervous because I felt like I had nothing to offer. Obviously, I had very low self-esteem. I know my comment will hardly be seen here, but I think the best way to make new friends is through hobbies. You'll have something to talk about at the same time you'll be a part of any personal subjects. You can usually set boundaries more easily too, since you are talking to someone mostly about a specific subject. Besides, I don't think it's your fault. People these days are not used to kindness and may misunderstand things sometimes. I've heard once someone from an Asia culture saying that they prefer Western man because they walk by their side, not in front of them. Lol. I don't know if this is true, but it's an example of how something so small make lot o people fall in love. Arrow ace person here. I feel you. Friendship is all I ever want, but for whatever reason so many of my friends take interest in me. Luckily I've been able to decline them and still stay friends with 2 of them, both were girls as well, but still. It's a constant worry. I'm also horrible at noticing when someone is flirting with me. So very often I immediately shut them down by explaining my interests and use them as an example. Like, yeah, I mean look at you. I really think you're a great person, but the thought of dating you would never ever cross my mind for even a second. And that's very harsh and hurtful, but sometimes the only way for me to stop them right in their tracks. There are people out there who will genuinely enjoy your company without wanting more. I have had a lot of female friends who I saw as just a friend and never sought out anything else. Maybe you just haven't stumbled upon the true friends yet. Heck, I'm always willing to talk to new people. Feel free to message me and see if I click with what you're looking for in a friend at all. That's about all I can offer. Best of luck to you. If I had the answers I wouldn't be had a similar issue. Try befriending a gay dude and problem should be solved. I'll be your friend. I can only imagine how that can feel, that you are just looking for friendship and to have that switched on you later on. Wish I had an answer for making friends these days. I honestly bit of a loner apart from my so. If you or anyone else reading this would like an online pen pal kind of friendship, then drop me a message. Make friends with Catholic women, they won't fall for you. I had a female friends accuse of trying to get with boyfriend 3 in high school. I have a had time making friends because they all seem to think I'm trying to steal the boyfriends. I'm not clear why you were angry with your friend who, after moving away, admitted she had feelings for you. People can't control their feelings, but they can control their actions, and this is what she did. She probably got the message from you that you weren't interested and respected that. This must suck. And I personally only make friends with women who have hobbies I enjoy or if I find them sexually attractive. I can see the struggle if you literally can't make any platonic friends. That being said, people are complicated, and just because they want to sleep with you don't make it an ulterior motive. Do hobbies and activities you are interested in and met people, how do them? You will be more likely to make platonic friends that way. Also, don't hang out constantly with one friend, hang in groups. Maybe you are giving mixed signals? I make friends too easily. It's all about how you present yourself and the words that you use. People will take anything that might seem you're interested in them and run with it. I have the same damn problems for years already. No TGAT feeling going through the whole post. IDK if there is an answer for that, but I feel Lyle I just gave up at some point and accepted my loneliness. That makes me pretty unhappy. Let's be friends, girl. I had the same thing and just decided to not be friends with straight or bisexual men anymore. Now I have tons of other friends who would never be able to want something more than platonic from me. Honestly, the whole idea behind friendships is actually clicking with someone. There are different synergies between people and sometimes it works out straight away but other times the novelty fades over time, losing friends as years pass. I have never been a very social person and I hardly make any bonds with people, but in recent years I discovered that getting more involved in social events helped me meet more people and allowed me to open up little by little. That small chat between lunch breaks does a lot. It kind of felt like getting social points like in Sims Tears of Joy. I'm honestly thinking a big Discord group with all of us platonic loners would be a fun experience. Eyes. Make sure that the people you meet are already having a ton of sex. Then they won't wanna bang all the time, and you'll just look like a sack of old potatoes instead of some fine-looking Pringles. You can tell them that you have herpes, massive warts and a permanent yeast infection. But try to still be funny and shit. I think it just takes time and lots of trial and error. I'm a hard-to-swallow person myself with a ton of standards and may come off as arrogant, and thus I only have 4 friends. It take time. Don't get discouraged, you're very young, we're almost the same age. It's worth keeping to your standards and values rather than having lots of friends, trust me. It seems extremely unlikely that literally everyone is trying to get with you unless you're projecting some sense of availability. Maybe your desperation and loneliness causes you to cling to much or in such a way that makes people feel the wrong kind of intimacy with you. I'd work on being okay alone first to make sure you're not projecting that desperation as you try to make friendships. Either that or you're the hottest person that exists, which means you should break up with your boyfriend and get with me. Pour me another. I feel that I've been looking for some new friends to expand my circle with since it's pretty much just my boyfriend and my best friend. This happens to me too. It really sucks.